Hello everyone. Today I am very happy to introduce a healthy multigrain bread recipe. Nowadays a lot of people prefer multigrain bread over white bread. So we shall see what all ingredients we need for this recipe to make it at home. And after that we shall see the preparation. We can use multigrain flour which we get from outside, or else we have to combine all the flours together. So here I have taken whole wheat flour 1.5 cup, maida half cup, bajra or pearl millet 1/4 cup, ragi or finger millet 1/4 cup, jowar or sorghum 1/4 cup, then cornmeal, yellow color cornmeal 1/4 cup. These are the different flours which we are going to combine together and make a multigrain flour. Then we need oats 1 tablespoon, it's for garnishing. Then we are using mixed seeds for garnishing 2 tablespoon. It have sunflower seed, pumpkin seed, flax seeds, chia seeds, etc. Then salt 1 teaspoon. Then we need either regular sugar or brown sugar 2 tablespoon. Yeast 2 teaspoons. We are going to mix this dough in milk. So here I have taken 1 cup plus 2 tablespoon of milk. It may vary little bit according to the flour which we use. Lukewarm water half cup is needed for blooming yeast. And we need 1/4 cup of refined oil or olive oil. So these are the ingredients we need for making multigrain bread at home. First step is pretty much same in almost all bread recipes. Here I am going to bloom yeast. For that I have taken half cup of lukewarm water. To that I am adding 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and dissolving it. You can use regular sugar also instead of brown sugar. Dissolve it properly. Once brown sugar is dissolved completely, we have to add yeast. I have taken 2 teaspoons of yeast. Gently mix the yeast and keep it aside for 5 to 10 minutes for the yeast to get activated. After 5 minutes, our yeast is activated. It is ready to go into the bread mixture. Next step is to combine all the flours together and make multigrain flour. So here I have taken 2 flours which have gluten in it, which is 1.5 cup of whole wheat flour and half cup of maida, which makes 2 cups. Next to 1 cup we can add different kinds of gluten-free flours. Here I am using 1/4 cup each of jowar, ragi, cornmeal and bajra. This combination you can change, but it should be in the ratio of 2:1. 2 part of flour which have gluten in it and 1 part of gluten-free flour. Now I am adding salt. And we have to mix everything well together. I am adding 1 tablespoon of mixed seeds also to this flour. This is completely optional. Mix everything together and make a small dip at the center. Now it's time to add the activated yeast mixture. Gently mix the yeast and flour together. One of the most important ingredients which determines the texture of bread is quality of yeast. Yeast should be live. It should get activated in 5 minutes or maximum 10 minutes. After that also yeast is not blooming, then we should not use that yeast. Now I am going to add milk little by little. and making a soft dough. Here I have used 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of milk, to be precisely said. It may vary from flour to flour, so you have to just keep in mind that the flour should come out soft and a little bit sticky. That is the perfect consistency. We have to knead the flour in this way that all the wet ingredient, that is milk here and the yeast mixture, should reach all the flour particle and it should come together as a dough. Once all the flour is wet, this time we have to add 1/4 cup of refined oil or olive oil. You can even use melted butter. All this oil which we added will get absorbed while we kneading this dough. This method of kneading the dough is called folding in. We are folding the sides to the center. This way we have to knead until all the oil get absorbed, and again for almost 10 to 15 minutes until we get a soft dough which have a smooth surface. This kneading is very important. You can even transfer the dough to a countertop and knead it. Now it's been 15 minutes I am kneading the dough. It is almost ready. So it is a very soft, sticky dough. Now we have to keep it aside for first stage of proofing. It will take almost 40 to 45 minutes. It should rise almost double the size. We have to close it with a lid or wet cloth and keep it aside in a warm place. Let us check it after 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, my dough is proofed very well and it is ready for second stage of proofing. First we have to punch it down and deflate it. Now again knead for 1 or 2 minutes, and after that we have to roll it into a loaf. Transfer it to a countertop. Using a rolling pin or with hand, you have to spread it. Now from one side we have to roll it. The length should be same as that of the loaf tin in which we are going to bake it. Now the roll is ready. Here I have spreaded some seed mix and oats on a plate. I am rolling the bottom and sides of the loaf in this plate. It will give a nice outer coating with the seed mix. Now we have to transfer this roll into a baking tin which is greased and kept ready. Press the roll gently and it should take the shape of the loaf tin. Now we can sprinkle some more seed mix on the top and gently press it to the dough. Now dough is ready for second stage of proofing. This will also take almost 40 to 45 minutes. These multigrain breads will not rise much during baking. So we have to proof it in the baking tin until it reaches the required height. After 45 minutes, the dough has risen very well. It is proofed perfectly. Now it is ready to go into the oven for baking. We have to preheat oven at 180 degrees Celsius, and it took almost 30 minutes for my bread to get baked. We have to check after 25 minutes because time may vary from oven to oven. So after 30 minutes my bread is baked perfectly. Now I have to transfer it to a wire rack for cooling down. We should slice the bread only after it cools down completely. I have sliced it. You can see the perfect bread slice in my hand. It may look little denser than the store-bought one. It's just because of the ingredients we are using. So everybody try this healthy recipe at home and let me know. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.